Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi man walah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to the Friday Nasihah of the week from ProductiveMuslim.com. Inshallah, every week we'll be posting a 5-minute audio recording answering some of your questions through the Productive Muslim Facebook page or sharing some general tips about productivity and becoming more productive Muslims. I want to start off today with a question I posted on Facebook page. I said to you, what is your biggest productivity challenge? Now, some of you said Facebook, which is a fair point, but more generally, people said staying focused was a difficulty. I want us to look into Islam today and think about how does Islam teach us to become more focused. And I couldn't find a better example than the example of Salah, because that's a prime example of how Islam teaches us to stay focused in anything we do. When we enter Salah, before we enter Salah, what does Islam teach us to do? Is that we're asked to fulfill our personal needs. I.e., if we need to go to the bathroom, we should do so. If we need to go eat, we should go eat. But fulfill our personal needs so that when Salah time comes, our mind are not wandering different directions. So removing distractions and fulfilling personal needs, that's the first step to staying focused. In the area of your Salah, make sure you remove distractions. So if you have things you got to do, and a task you want to focus on, make sure firstly the environment around you remove all distractions, and secondly that you have nothing else on your mind. You simply need to focus on the task you need to do. That's the first thing. The second thing Islam teaches us through Salah is that when we are in Salah, we face a single direction. We focus on a single direction. We face one area, i.e., we focus on one task. We don't try to multitask in 1 minute or in 1 second or in 10 minutes. We do one thing at a time. A lot of times we distract ourselves with different things. We're doing work, so I'm working on one thing and the another thing, and I'm doing them at the same time. That's a difficulty. If you really want to fulfill yourself in terms of achieving success in the work you do, you need to focus on one thing at a time. So that's the second lesson from Islam. The first lesson is remove all distractions. The second lesson, focus on one thing. The third lesson we learn from Islam is how we need to be aware of the task we are doing. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he saw the man who prayed in his mosque, and he told him, when the man finished salah, Muhammad said to him, "You didn't go and pray. You didn't pray." After the third time, the man came to Muhammad and said, "Oh Muhammad, teach me. This is the best I can do." So in that hadith, Muhammad told the man that when you're in ruku', make sure you have tuma'nina, you have tranquility, you are aware that you're in ruku', and you're aware who you're doing ruku' for. And same thing, make sure you're in tranquility when you're in sujood, when you have tuma'nina in your sujood, so that you're aware of sujood, and you're aware who you're doing sujood for. So being aware of the task you do. And again, this comes back to the idea of your mind not wandering off somewhere. So being aware of the task you do, being aware of not being distracted, that's the first step towards being focused in your task that you have to finish. Now that's from Islam. This is why I love Productive Muslim. It really takes lessons from Islam which can help us become more productive. Now, in terms of practical tips, and I always love to give practical tips because it really help us all do basic practice what we preach, inshallah ta'ala. The first practical tip is give yourself a deadline. We are all lastminute.com people. No matter how much we try, we always tend to do more work with the moment we know the deadline is near. So give yourself a deadline. And in order to make that deadline credible, let others know about it and reward you if you fulfill your deadline, or punish you if you did not fulfill the deadline. Now, I'm sure you might think, oh my God, that's a bit too much. But it isn't. If you really want to achieve that task, if you really want to focus on a task, finish a task on a certain day, then give yourself a deadline and reward yourself for fulfilling the deadline, or punish yourself for not fulfilling the deadline, because that gives that balance to be able to focus highly on achieving that task. The second practical tip I want to share with you is the 10-minute rule. Set a timer on your computer or buy a mini timer or on your watch, and simply put a 10 minutes. Say, have a negotiation with your nafs. Say, okay, I'll work for 10 minutes only, and I'll give my nafs 2 minutes. So 10 minutes of work, 2 minutes break. And that way you'll be surprised that as soon as you start off the first 10 minutes, normally it gets dragged to half an hour without you feeling it, because you got yourself involved into the task, and staying focused becomes easy. Normally staying focused is not the actual task that's difficult. It's not actually being focused difficult, it's getting started. Once you get started, that's it. You've actually achieved the task you need to do, and you are focused. So inshallah, this 5-minute audio has helped you realize the potential that you can stay focused, and it's not that hard. It's all a matter of learning from our beautiful religion, and also learning from practical tips you can fulfill to become more productive. Thank you very much, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.